welcome to this week's video update. Just want to let you know some things coming up for October 10th, that's tomorrow. We want to make sure that we get this hopefully to you today. It's a normal week. We have our split schedule. We're still in our Soul Flick series. This week is week 2 of our Soul Flick series, and we're going to be talking about the Avengers. One of the cool things this week is Ryan Nunn is going to be speaking in FSM 6.8, and so make sure if you see him, encourage him. And man, Victoria did a great job last week, so if you see her this week, encourage her, let her know she did a great job. We're going to have everything kind of go just as normal. In small groups, we're going to have you kind of ask some questions and build some relationships, all right? So I know the icebreaker for this week is what's the better movie? Karate Kid, the original one, not the newer one, the original Karate Kid with Daniel LaRussa, and the other one is Back to the Future. So ask them which one they like best. You can easily start it off by just saying which one you liked best. And then we're going to talk about what their favorite moment from the movie Avengers was. And as you kind of go through that, go to the second question, which is then going to ask, each one of the Avengers dealt with some things in their past as they came to be part of the Avengers and to work as a group. And so the ones I gave you is the Hulk. He deals with anger and just blowing up. And Iron Man deals with pride. And Black Widow, she has some things in her past that hinders her a little bit. And so we want to see if they can kind of see those as they happened in the movie. The third one is what did the Avengers have to do to beat Loki, which was the bad guy in this film? If you see the film, they struggle for the majority of the film because they didn't work together as a team. That they weren't able to come together and to be part of a team. And so as they start to deal with some of the issues, then they begin to work together as a team. And so that's kind of what we're going to talk about this week in the sermon, is we have to deal with things from our past to be able to move forward with God. They don't just disappear. They don't just go away. There's still issues and hurts and pains and struggles that each one of us deals with. And so we're going to talk about that in services this week. All right, this week we should also be having Serve 1. Columbus Day, so the mailer didn't go out, but we're going to try to call everybody tonight, let them know they're on. And so if you see students working or we put students with you, make sure to spend time with them, encourage them, and build them up, all right? Our goal, again, is to replace ourselves but with students. We want students doing the work of the ministry, all right? A tip and a trick for this week, just as you're going and building relationships, we've exploded. You've probably noticed that here at FSM. We've got lots of students that run around here every week. But one of the things I want to encourage you is our ministry is only going to be as successful as we build relationships with students. And so here's the thing. You're not going to be able to build a deep relationship with every student here. You're going to be able to know the majority of them by their faces. You're going to be like, I've seen you around. You might even be really, really good and know their name of most of them. But here's the thing. We want you to just become acquainted with the majority of students. Like when you see them, talk to them, encourage, just kind of start a relationship just by asking them how their day went and that. But the second thing that we want you to do is with a few. That few is going to differentiate between us all. But for a few students, we're going to say somewhere between 5 and 10 students, we want you to start to take interest into their life. We want you to start, remembering that they had certain things coming up, that they had a game or certain things like that, and then talk to them about it. But you want to pour into 3 or 5 to 10, but it's a few, a smaller amount. And the last thing, you should have 1 to 2 to maybe 3 students that you're just connecting with, that you're just, everything you've got's going into them. They might be on a Serve 1 team, they know you, you're just checking on them all the time, you're really investing in their life. So that's what we want you to do. That's a tip that'll help you kind of connect more with students, is everybody just talk to them, say hi to them, don't feel embarrassed to get to know them. But 5 to 10, a few, really take interest in their life. Really just step out and become more involved. And then 1 to 3, pour yourself into. You know, replicate yourself. Make sure they just know you're there. You're pouring into them. You're mentoring them. And those relationships are going to have a huge impact. But as a leader, sometimes it gets discouraging on what to do and how much can I possibly do with all of these kids. All right? So make sure we're talking to everybody, we're pouring into a few, and we're mentoring 1 to 3. All right? The other thing, crazy moment for today. I don't know if you've seen it. I want to start doing more than just tell you this is coming up or here, but kind of letting you see some cool things that maybe I see. And so the crazy moment for today is there's a Red Bull Stratus that's going on today. So as you're at work and all the things that you're doing, just know that this guy named Felix Bromberg is in a little capsule that's going to go 120,000 feet up in the air. And the balloon's pretty much just going to hover at that height when it gets there. And he's going to step out of a capsule, which is in the stratosphere. And he's going to look around. And then he's going to free fall jump 120,000 feet. That, to me, seems terrifying. I hate heights. I can barely do the Superman, and that guy is going to free fall. He's going to be the first person, they believe, to hit the speed of sound, and he's going to go at least Mach 1. And they don't really know what's going to happen to the body when it does that. So hopefully he's safe today. But if you see it, or if you get this later tonight, and you're like, man, I just like to see what happened, want to encourage you, look up Red Bull Stratus, and it is going to be kind of crazy today to know that up in the sky, some guy's going to be jumping out at 120,000 feet. All right? We're going to have a great week this week. I'm excited. Remember, talk to Ryan. Let him know how much that you're excited for him. Next week, Josh Quick is going to speak, and so if you see him, kind of encourage him, and remember to encourage Victoria from last week. All right? Looking forward to hanging out with you guys tomorrow night. See you then.